want to focus in on the league's leading scorer for a bit. Last night, the Rockets snapped their 4-game losing streak behind a 37-point performance by James Harden. With the win, Houston swept the 4-game regular season series with Minnesota.
Great defense, by the way. How open is he on this?
Looking at Harden's play before Clint Capella was hurt and then subsequently traded, you will notice there has been an uptick, guys, in isolations per game, but a slight dip in his scoring average. So, Coach, I wanted you to break this down for us because James Harden has really had a roller coaster season. There was a point where Tracy McGrady was betting Zach Lowe on our show that he would average more than 40 a game. Then he's turning in games with points in the 10s and teens. Yeah. And even after the Capella trade, we've seen this. So what is happening?
I think there's an adjustment period because they made such a drastic move. I mean, they really, what do they call it, microball now? But what's happening right now is this. With Capella, one of the best in the league at getting you to go over the top of screens, he gave you vertical spacing. So it always gave James Harden that bailout to throw something up to get Capella an easy basket. Same thing here. He's got the so-called mismatch against Harrell there, and he goes by him, and now in the dunker spot down there, you got a vertical spacer that you could throw lobs to, and that's really changed the way he's had to attack. Rollers really hurt switches, and so with Capella being one of the best rollers in the league, that took an element of James Harden's game away from him. But now you look at it without Capella. When teams switch, everyone's standing on the perimeter now. You don't have anyone collapsing the defense on the roll. He ends up settling for more ISOs, more contested threes, and he doesn't break down the defense as much. Again, the same play here. He attacks the gap. You don't have Capella on that weak side block over there for a lob. The defense can really help because now you got multiple guys on the perimeter that can scramble around and rotate to shooters. So I think that's the adjustment that they have to figure out with him. Last night, I thought they did a great job of him making quick decisions and other guys making plays for him to get open shots. And so I think that might be the tweak.
Yo, shout out to once a video coordinator, always a video coordinator. Came back and y'all didn't even put the graphic up. But Coach is absolutely right. What ends up happening as a defensive player who's sagging to help, you're in this constant, if I commit, he's throwing that lob. Absolutely. But if I don't commit, then I'm backing up and he's getting right to where he wants to. So they took away that threat. And like Coach said, that skip pass to the weak side, I have a better chance of closing out to that than I do to a lob to a big who's going to dunk it. But here's the reality. Since the trade, Russell Westbrook has been a lot more assertive. The ball's in his hands a lot more, and it better suits him now than it does Harden. And so Harden's got to adjust somewhat to that. You know, that's part of it is he's trying to figure out where I can fit in now that Russ is a bigger part of this offense, and now that this offense is more geared towards Russ than it is to Harden. It's not that it's not geared to Harden. It's just this helps Russ a lot more. And the reality is, he's struggled, as you said, he's been up and down. Last night was a big game and a big win they needed to break a losing streak, but this was a team they dominated. And last night wasn't an easy win. They had to fight and claw for that one. So I got to see a little bit more from Harden. I got to see more of those types of games. And like Coach said, he's got to figure out now the new math. Now that the defenses are adjusting to the lack of a vertical spacer, where are we going to go with it?
Well, I don't think we had seen in the NBA an offense geared around one guy as much as the Rockets have been geared around James Harden, right?
No doubt.
So by definition, if you were going to make a change, and when Coach, you put up the video of those defenders moving out, the nice thing of those defenders moving out is that's all that room, right, for Russell Westbrook to come barrel on in there, do what he does best, and you're activating Russ in a way where for the first chunk of the season, you really didn't have the MVP level Russell Westbrook because he was out on the perimeter like all of James's teammates trying to chuck up threes, and we know what happens when that happens with Russ. So the fact that they've opened up that room for him, it activates Russ, and the exponential value you get from that, I think overall as a team, if you're the Rockets, you'll take a little value off of Harden if you can get the full value of Russ. The thing is, this is a league where we look at guys' stats and we harp on guys and we say, oh, look, he's struggling, he's failing. To me, this is more of just the natural outgrowth of making this kind of change, having a more balanced team, which is what people have been yelling for the Rockets to do for years, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm interested to see how much adjusting he makes versus this is just how they are now, maybe as a path to win. I don't know.
That space is going to help Russell make more plays for him.
Yes.
I think when you're a great scorer, the more open shots, the more easy shots you can get, the bigger that basket gets, and then he can put up his big numbers.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.